What is up YouTube, James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we are using a brand new team, and this one is a bit different from my normal VGC teams for the series. We got Gardevoir, Araquanid, Heatran, Tapu Koko, Hitmontop, and Hydreigon. Now this team I actually built out of Pokemon that I happen to have in my box because I haven't actually had much time to figure out what I really want to use for the next team yet, because like I have the ideas, it's just they're not completed teams yet. So didn't want to use a QR code because I don't know, I'm just not too sure if I really want to use QR codes for the series just yet. But I did have an idea that one of my friends was suggesting to me, which was Araquanid VGC 18, and I thought Araquanid was really interesting because a calc that showed that -1 Hydro Vortex still knocks out Charizard, Y, and Sun. Oh boy, I hope they weren't lying because that actually sounds amazing. We're gonna try it out here, but I'm not sure. I feel like Charizard should live if it's a bulky set. But I know it does KO Hydro Vortex in Sun, which is already insane. I tested out the team for a bit. It's alright. I actually had 3 Z moves at one point. I had a Z move on Koko, Araquanid, and Hydreigon, but now I just have it on the Hydreigon and Araquanid, and I put Life Orb on Koko. So basically how I found this team is Araquanid's really good against a lot of stuff just because it can do a lot of damage, and Gardevoir can do a lot of work on specific teams right away, but Araquanid's the main power point, and Heatran can be a really nice, basically this team also protects Heatran because I have double wide guard on this team, which I didn't intend to, but just the way it happened. So it should be a really interesting team to start things off. I think the team can do alright, so we'll see how it can do on the series. But today is New Year's Eve when I'm recording this, so yeah, 2017 is almost over. It might be over when you're watching this video, and 2018 has just begun. So, or is about to begin. So I got a lot of stuff to say, but I'll be covering that in a separate video as we find the first opponent from Japan. With the team of, it's the QR code team. I faced this team multiple times. We got Cresselia, Thunderous Fairy, Landorus Fairy, Charizard, Tyranitar, and Aegislash. Weakness policy, Tyranitar. 3 attacks, Trick Room, Berry, Cresselia, Fighting Z, Thunderous Fairy, AV Landorus. Might have been AV or Scarf, I don't remember which one. I think it was AV. Tailwind, Charizard Y, and Aegislash. I think it was Ghost Team. So how do I want to handle this? Heatran can do a lot of work, I feel like. Araquanid puts in a lot of work if I get Trick Room up, which I definitely do want. Hydreigon can put in some work, although Finding Z on the... Finding Z is really scary to deal with in general. I think I want to go, what? Honestly, Hitmontop plus Hydreigon looks really solid against my opponent. It looks really solid against my opponent. And I like it a lot. Tapu Koko can put in some work. I think I like Gardevoir for sure. And what, Heatran? Koko can also put in a lot of work. Both are viable. I'm gonna go Koko. I would have preferred Heatran because it's a fire switching, but we'll see here. Also, I'm pretty sure we'll find out. I think they're both justifiable because Koko with electric terrain can outspeed Charizard, pick up that knockout, which is really nice. It's unfortunate because I thought Araquanid could do really well, but like Hydreigon can put in some work against my opponents. There's no fairy type. There's fighting type moves though, so I do have to be cautious. But we'll see here. Thunderous Cresselia is gonna lead. I can Darkium Z that Cresselia right away. I don't know if my opponent wants to go for it. I do want to fake out the Thunderous, however, because getting rid of that Thunderous seems really nice. I could see Cresselia pivoting into maybe like Landorus, or I think it'd be Landorus or Tyranitar, but I just want to fake out because I don't want to deal with Fightium, and I'm just gonna tail. And even if my opponent goes for Icy Wind, I don't feel like that's a big factor because I get a free switch in to Gardevoir and probably just Hyper Voice away. So fake out the Thunderous, Tailwind up, and and Psychic actually just going to go out and him on top, which I do not mind. Since that's not going to pick up the KO, I'm going to live it, get my eject button, and then get a free switch in and just go into Gardevoir. Yep. I gotta be really careful because Hydreigon is the key of how I beat the Aegislash. Do I get Volt Absorb? Nice. I was just about to say, but I don't think it changes much. Because I think I'll just Mega Evolve, Hyper Voice, and Dark Pulse the Thunder slot. I do kind of want to Darkium the Hydreigon, which I definitely can in this position. But even if like Thundurus protects and Cresselia goes for an Icy Wind, I should still outspeed Thundurus with both my Pokemon anyway, so I don't feel like it's too big of a deal. And if I can knock out Thundurus, that's one huge threat to my Hydreigon gun, because I don't have to worry about fighting him Z. So we'll see here. Nice, it just stays in. I get to Dark Pulse and Hyper Voice. That should knock out the Thundurus. And then I can now threaten a KO onto that Cresselia the following turn with Darkium. We get a crit on Cresselia, which is unfortunate, but I still think I would go for Darkium because I think Dark Pulse might still pick up and miss the knockout as we see Trick Room come out, which is fine. I have my Tyranitar, and I can reverse Trick Room here. So I'm pretty sure Tyranitar is going to come out. Landorus. Landorus can't threaten much damage. Like, none of these Pokemon can really threaten much damage. I mean, Earthquake's gonna hurt, but I could just switch on to him on top in Hyper Voice. Which I think I'm gonna do because I could also reverse Trick Room. Which I think is actually the better call. I'm gonna reverse Trick Room because if him on top goes down to like an Earthquake plus an Icy Wind combination for some reason, then I get the free switch into my Hydreigon and can just Dark Pulse the Cresselia the following turn. Like Hyper Voice Dark Pulse should knock out. Actually, no, I just Darkium the Cresselia. I always Darkium the Cresselia. And then my opponent's last Pokemon, Aegislash, shouldn't be able to beat Coco plus Gardevoir. As long as I keep like Gardevoir combined with another Pokemon alive, I should be able to beat everything on my opponent's team. Coco can just beat the Charizard outright. Tyranitar goes down to a double attack from any of my Pokemon. As we see an Ice Beam. Oh, I thought it was Icy Wind. It's not, apparently. It's Rock Slide. Don't flinch Gardevoir, because that might make this annoying. Him on top survives, which is alright. And we reverse Trick Room. Nice. Now I can Hyper Voice here, and the Hyper Voice will allow me to put this Cresselia in range. Actually, I could just fake out. I just fake out Landorus because even if you Trick Room up, I could just Wide Guard reverse Trick Room in the future turns because I doubt this Landorus is going for anything but Rock Slide, Earthquake. So I'll just Hyper Voice here because we're also playing mind games of can I reverse Trick Room here, which is alright. We knock out him on top, I get the free switch in my Hydreigon and can click Dark Pulse. Because Landorus is going to switch out into Charizard. Okay, good play. I wonder my opponent Trick Rooms or just attacks. If it's an attack, that's pretty good for me because I can go out of Coco and threaten Charizard with Thunderbolt. I get another crit on Cresselia. That's unfortunate, but I actually really didn't want that. Oh wait, was it not Barry Cresselia? It wasn't Barry Cresselia. I just Hyper Voice. I thought it was Barry Cresselia. Am I remembering the team? Oh, was it Z Psychic? No, I'm pretty sure it had a Barry. I just go into Coco. And click Thunderbolt and Hyper Voice. Because I catch Landorus on the switch in anyway. And Charizard needs a double protect anyway because the Landorus is AV if I remember correctly. And if it is Scarf, I should still be fine because I think Hydreigon just wins the game overall. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and Hyper Voice. There's no reason for me not to. Charizard's going to withdraw, which is smart because you get to protect the following turn. Landorus comes out. Okay, I gotta remember. Maybe this is a different version. I feel like there's only one version of this QR code team because I have faced this team multiple times on stream. Am I just misremembering or what? Hyper Voice. That's AV Landorus for sure. Yeah, because I think Hyper Voice would have done a bit more if it was a bulky Scarf variant. So Charizard comes out. I wonder if Hydreigon outspeeds this Charizard. I do not remember. I just go for Hyper Voice Thunderbolt here. I don't care if it's a... Actually, do I Hyper Voice or do I just Psychic the Landorus? Because Psychic does more. I just Psychic the Landorus and I go for Thunderbolt into Charizard. The Charizard's gonna Mega Evolve, so I would imagine it goes on the offensive here because that's usually what it does. You only Mega Evolve, like if you wanted to protect, you could have saved an extra Sun turn, so I feel like you might go on the offensive here. Or maybe my opponent doesn't care. Yeah, you go on the offensive here, so I get a Thunderbolt off. There's no reason for me not to Thunderbolt because I'm pretty sure Hydreigon wins the game anyway. If you protect Charizard, I just get Psychic onto Landorus, and then I can cook like Hyper Voice and Darkium. Earthquake gonna come out into Gardevoir and Coco. Coco is gonna go down, but Gardevoir is gonna live, and Hydreigon should be able to win this game. I'm pretty sure it outspeeds Landorus. If this is Jolly Landorus, it might outspeed, but it needs a Rock Slide Flinch. It needs like a Rock Slide Flinch on Gardevoir. It needs a double Rock Slide Flinch or a Rock Slide Crit onto Gardevoir, which I'm still not sure if it picks as a knockout, and a Flinch on Hydreigon. Psychic, Dark Pulse. Okay, it is faster, Landorus, but decides just to go for U-turn instead, so that's 100% going to be game because I just go for a Dark Pulse and that's going to pick up the knockout onto Landorus, so my opponent doesn't go for the Rock Slide Flinch Endgame. Maybe thinks I'm max speed Hydreigon or thinks I'm Scarf, but no, I'm Modest Hydreigon. I run Modest because it's a better roll on Cresselias with Darkium if they're really bulky, and I also don't remember Timid Hydreigon knocks out Aegislash if they're like the really bulky ones, but no one really runs like really bulky Aegislash, the ones that were EV to survive, like Charizard's Heat Wave in Sun. No one really runs that, but we were able to have a very solid first game with this team. Basically, him on top and somewhere, Gardevoir was able to do a lot of work. I think Hydreigon getting that tailwind up was really nice. My opponent sacking letting me have the Thunderous Fairy was just really strong for me overall because I never had to worry about fighting him, which was like the big move that could have changed the game because Hydreigon would not have been able to take it. As we find our second opponent from Japan, 1625 rating, but as I said before, it is New Year's Eve, got a bunch of stuff planned, and also it's my channel anniversary coming up in January. I think it's my 5th year on YouTube actually, so 5 years on YouTube we are celebrating. So let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see. I might be doing a special for it, so let me know down below. My opponent's got Double Dragon. Oh, that is so cool. I haven't seen Double Dragon forever. Garchomp, Salamence, Buzzwole, Tyranitar, Tapu Koko, Cresselia. Why did Gardevoir destroys this team? Look at Gardevoir's matchup against this team. It should KO like a... It doesn't KO anything anymore, does it? I think even Garchomp lives its attack now. Man, the nerf on Gardevoir was so big. Gardevoir, Hitmontop. Don't think Heatran's that great in this matchup. Hydreigon could be. Kogo's definitely good in this matchup. Araquanid for Trick Room or Hydreigon for like Tailwind? I don't know, like Araquanid can help against Tyranitar. I don't really need a Tyranitar answer, do I? I mean, Wide Guard could be nice, but I have it on Hitmontop. I think I'm gonna go try out. Hydreigon just makes me really weak to Dazzling Gleam, though. I'm gonna go Araquanid because I don't want to be weak to like Koko Dazzling Gleam. Koko's like the one scary Pokemon I think I had to deal with. But let's see. I feel like if I could get speed control up, I can win this game pretty easily with Gardevoir. Depending on the Tyranitar's item, of course. Tyranitar's gonna be a huge threat to my team. So let's see what my opponent's gonna lead. Garchomp, Cresselia, okay. Unless it's a random Poisonium Z, I should be okay and I can just fake out the Cresselia. I could feint the Garchomp, but since I don't have like, I could trick him, I guess. I don't feel like I have a reason to trick him right now because I don't need to. So yeah, I'll just go for Hyper Voice. And fake out. I don't see a reason not to just go for a display. Because I just get damage on the Cresselia. If Garchomp wants to go for an Earthquake, so be it. Tectonic Rage won't knock out Gardevoir anyway. I wonder if it's helping. Oh, wait. Cresselia could have Helping Hand and then Z-move Garchomp. That would probably be able to knock me out. Well, it might not because this Gardevoir has a lot of physical defense, but we'll see. The Gardevoir's defense isn't the greatest. Okay, no Helping Hand. And no Protect, so just Poison Jab, okay. That shouldn't KO by any long shot. That does a lot though. No Poison, which is fortunate. I do get the Hyper Voice off. And Garchomp survives, okay. Cresselia flinches. I think I just go for Protect with Gardevoir. And I go for Close Combat into the Garchomp slot. Because even if my opponent ejects me out, that's alright. This Poison Jab's going to come out into the Gardevoir. Close Combat does knock out the Garchomp, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll get my eject button, so now I get him on top out. Unless maybe my opponent does knock out him on top, which I'll see here. Rough Skin. Should have faked out Garchomp. Psychic gonna come out. Yep. Good play. Wait, that knocks out him on top. Ooh. Didn't expect that because I am, like, careful. That changes things. I'm gonna go into Coco. Coco should threaten everything as my opponent also brings in Coco. Ooh. This could be really scary. I put myself in a position now where if it's Coco Speed Ties, potentially could screw me over. I click Hyper Voice no matter what though. I don't like my position. You're guaranteed a Thunderbolt and a Psychic now. Protect. Not what I expected. Discharge? I get a Gleam off. I mean, this could change things. Yeah, because Gleam is a 2K on Coco. Z-move. Electrium. Is this going to Gardevoir? I think it has to be. Maybe my opponent's like doubtful that Thunderbolt can pick up the knockout onto Gardevoir. This is going on to my own Coco. I'm surprised by the Protect Cresselia. I don't think you have a reason to. Maybe you're fearing you're the own Electrium Z? Oh no, yeah, that's how we Gardevoir, okay. So I have to win a Speed Tie thing against the opposing Coco. I mean, I could just Protect here, but the problem is, like, my opponent, if it's Mence in the back, I think I do want to just Hydro Vortex to Cresselia. Actually, Liquidation should KO Cresselia. Buzzwole, Mence, or Tyranitar. I think I want to go for a Speed Tie here because if Coco goes for Gleam here and Psychic goes out into Cresselia into Coco, I would lose the game anyway. So I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna Liquidation. I think Liquidation knocks out with Gleam. We'll see. Can I win a Speed Tie against Coco? Ah, no. Okay. Let's see what's in the back then. Oh wait, Araquanid does survive that. I forgot. Since it's not a Life Orb. So I knock out Coco and I get a Liquidation off probably as he Psychic the Coco? Or he Trick Rooms. Okay, I'm in this game. What's coming out then? If you Trick Room, that's Tyranitar? Buzzwole. Okay. So I'm glad I didn't Protect there because, oh wait, I realized, yeah, I don't need to go for the Speed Tie. Well, Speed Tie would have been nice because Araquanid would have been full. I should have this game though because I can Hydro Vortex and Dazzling Gleam. Pretty sure Gleam does more single target super effective than Thunderbolt does. And unless you have Rock Slide and you get a crit or you have Earthquake for some reason, I should be able to win. And it looks like you're AV. Poison Jab into Coco. Yeah. And then I just Hydro Vortex. I think my opponent was hoping you lived to move from Coco plus a Liquidation, but I do have Hydro Vortex. And it will be able to pick up the knockout on Buzzwole. So Araquanid putting in some work, living the Electric Train boosted from Coco. I honestly blanked out because I thought it was Life Orb Coco. I honestly thought it was Life Orb Coco, so that was my bad on that part. But I ended up picking up the win in this game. Overall, I started this game. I guess I could have just faked out Hyper Voice, to be honest. I think that would have been a better play in the Garchomp. Yeah, I think fake out Hyper Voice would have been better. But actually, yeah, because even if Cresselia, let's say, goes for Psychic or Trick Room into my Hitmontop, like, if you Psychic my Hitmontop, I get to eject out, go into, like, Poco, and then just click Dazzling Gleam afterwards. So I think no matter what, I would have been alright there. So I should have just faked out plus Hyper Voice the Garchomp now that I'm thinking about it. Because even if it protected, I didn't really need to fake out the Cresselia. I was just worried about, like, I don't think it would have been Calm Mind on that team, to be honest. So I don't feel like I don't know what I was really fearing. I guess I just didn't want to take too much damage with Hitmontop. I don't know, but I'm just glad my opponent went for the Z move. I'm not sure if Thunderbolt actually knocks out my Gardevoir. I don't know how much it does because Life Orb I know would knock out. I'm not sure about like regular. So luckily we are able to pick up a win. And let's see if we can pick up one last win for today's episode and the last episode for VGC. Well, it's not the last episode for VGC 2018, but it's the last episode of the 2017 year. So let's see if we can pick up a win. We got Sei, or I think that's Sei, from Japan. What is this? Tapu Lele, Gengar, Tapu Koko, Sceptile, Araquanid, Clefable. Now, if I learned anything, and I mean anything, I've learned that I am really weak to Lele with this team. I'm really weak to Lele with this team. Especially if they're Fightium. I lost to a Fightium one earlier. Gardevoir. I think I go Gardevoir Hydreigon, try to get one speed control. Hitmontop doesn't do much. Coco can put in some work. Maybe I go Gardevoir Coco? I wonder if that's Mega Sceptile or if that's going to be Unburdened Sceptile. I could see either one. I think Araquanid and Heatran in the back. I honestly have no clue what this team is. Like, you have a potential with like Discharge Spam. I have Wide Guard though, so I should be good against that. But then again, Araquanid would have to get in first. I wonder if it's also Scarf Coco. So Coco plus Gardevoir. Gengar Tapu Lele. Let's see if it's Scarf Lele. No, it's not. Okay. So I traced the Cursed Body from the Gengar. Doesn't change much. I think I'm just gonna protect Gardevoir and Volt Switch the Gengar? Yeah. I mean, we might be going for Speed Ties game turn 1. Oh, it's not Mega Gengar. Or decide not to Mega Evolve. It's Scarf. And I should have just attacked. Is it Taunt? No, it's Moonblast. I could have just switched out. Great. I might have lost from turn 1. Because I did not expect Scarf Gengar. Okay, Araquanid. I'll aim to KO the Gengar and switch into Heatran. Actually, no, I could just Liquidation the Lele, and I think that would pick up the knockout. And I keep Gengar in the slot because Heatran, it would be forced to switch out. The Heatran. If it's a double up in the Araquanid, it might be Shattered Psyche too. No, it's just Moonblast. Are you Specs? No, it doubles up the Gardevoir slot. Oh yeah, in case it doesn't pick up the knockout, which makes sense. Liquidation into the Lele. Almost picks up the knockout, but I can go for Heat Wave here, and I think you're forced to switch out. Alright, so it's not looking too bad, because I probably just get a knockout right here. I'll just protect Heat Wave. You're all out palming. You're all out palming, and I can't do anything. And it looks like maybe my opponent doubled into the Araquanid slot, which is nice here. Sludge Bomb. And Psychic. Okay, so it's not Specs or Scarf Lele. So, well, it's Scarf. It's Scarf on Gengar, and it's not Specs on Lele, so we do confirm that. I do knock out the Lele. I get Cursed Bodied, unfortunately, which I don't think it changed as much. I mean, I would have been able to love getting chip damage on whatever slot, but now I can Earth Power to Gengar, which isn't bad. What's coming out? My opponent's own Araquanid? Sceptile? Sceptile. It should be Mega Sceptile. Earth Power. I wonder if a double up in Araquanid. I feel like maybe Leaf Storm is the only move. And I don't want to substitute, even if it protects with Sceptile. So I'm just going to Liquidation the Sceptile and Earth Power. As Sceptile's going to Mega Evolve. Okay. Mega Sceptile appearing. And yes, I know people have been suggesting a Mega Sceptile. I do have plans for it in the future. I got to find the right mons I want to use it with. Energy Ball. That's not going to KO. Yeah. Earth Power. Alright, it has to be Wide Guard Coco. I think that's what it should be. Get the knockout on Gengar. Hydro Vortex. Let's see if Araquanid can pick up a KO, because if it does pick up a KO here, really, really nice. Because getting that KO would be so huge here. Because then it's a 3v1. If it's a Araquanid on my opponent's side as the last Pokemon, that could be problematic. But Hydro Vortex. Why did that not do anything? I know. Oh, wait, it's quad resisted. Oh, man. Heat Wave would have been big here. It's Coco coming out. I think my opponent just discharges. I wonder what the Sceptile oh, please don't be Focus Blast. Well, I'm going to Earth Power here since I forced the Earth Power to Coco, and I'm going to Wide Guard because I'm pretty sure you're going to discharge here. So let's see what the Sceptile has. Yep, it's Discharge. It's Scarf Coco. Okay. Good to confirm. Oh, if I trace Lightning Rod. If I trace Lightning Rod with my Gardevoir, that could be huge. It's just Dragon Pulse. Okay. Is that into Heatran? Perfect. You don't have a way to touch Heatran, do you? This is modest Earth Power from... Let's see. Can I KO Coco? Doesn't. Okay. But your Scarf, unless you're like really slow Sceptile, which would be really weird, I think. I'm just gonna Wide Guard Earth Power. There's no reason not to. If I get rid of Coco, he's not white. Oh, this seems really weird. The Sceptile's slower than Coco, which is not something I anticipated. So Dragon Pulse is gonna come out. I mean, doesn't matter. I couldn't Heat Wave in that slot. I would click Heat Wave if I could. Oh boy. Heatran's move is no longer disabled. Heat Wave might be able to knock out Sceptile at this range. We'll find out. Gardevoir. If I get Lightning Rod, that'd be great. Nope, I get Electric Surge. Now I'm just gonna Heat Wave plus Hyper Voice. Because because a Discharge's not gonna knock out Heatran probably, since he's not Specs. He has to double up Heatran if he wants to knock out. And Heat Wave might be able to knock out both these. It looks like bulky Mega Sceptile. Now that I think about it. Oh no, we'll find out. When a Gardevoir can live this, it's +2 Energy Ball too. Maybe I should protect a Gardevoir and just Heat Waved. Oh, and I get paralyzed, so if it's Dragon Pulse. No, it's Energy Ball, okay. Alright, Heatran, you need to hit both and you need to KO the Sceptile. Oh, I needed to protect the Gardevoir. Good game. Man. Mega Sceptile coming in clutch for my opponent. Dragon Pulse gonna knock out the Heatran, but yeah. Like, I should have anticipated my opponent would target down the Gardevoir more, because if Gardevoir gets one attack off, you're absolutely screwed. You have a chance maybe you could live Heat Wave. So I think my opponent definitely went for that. And I felt like, yeah, I guess I was worried about double up in the Heat Strand just in case. But now that I think about it, I think Gardevoir was going to be your target most of the time. So I could have played better to that. Of course, if I didn't get Curse Body, it would have helped because I could have clicked Heat Wave a lot earlier in the game. But yeah, there was still an out for me, so no excuses there. But good game to my opponent. I felt like, and that was cool. Like, Scarf Gengar caught me off guard game one. I honestly thought it would be Mega, and then it's, oh wait, it can't be Scarf Coco because it's Scarf Gengar. I should have realized that, but it's not like Heatran could do much anyway. Maybe I sub there. If I sub there, it might have actually made a difference because I might have been able to live with +2 Dragon Pulse. Oh man, there were multiple mistakes made in this game, and people are yelling at me in the comment section down below. What a way to end off 2017. But thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. Show some support. You can check out my social medias down below and all that other good stuff. The playlist down below. A lot of stuff for VGC 18 planned as well. But again, leave a comment down below, let me know what you want as a special for the 5-year anniversary on YouTube. But otherwise, have a great day, people. Have a great new year. A lot of stuff coming soon. Catch you around next time.